saying this wasn't a bad season. Um, I liked it a lot. I'm gonna start with the characters first, so I'm gonna just review each character for this season, and then we go from there. I'm gonna start with Allison. I think Allison in this season, she was a lot really. She was angry, of course, because she lost her kid because of last season with them trying to save the world again. So she comes in this season and she finds out that, oh yeah, by the way, this is going to be spoilers, 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 spoilers. Anyway, she comes in this season and she finds out that she no longer has her kid in the world. She also lost her boyfriend last season. So she's pissed off for the whole season until the very end, and which sucks because I mean you're already shit is about to get shit is real now. But yeah, it was crazy because she was mad the whole season. She was treating Victor like trash the whole season. She had a disdain for the family the whole season, and you can this season I wouldn't say she was to my liking of all characters, but I can understand why. And the point they were trying to get across is that hey, she's mad. They got that point across. Um, I just think she was kind of annoying. Everybody's going through a tough time with this. You're all a family, but of course, losing your child, that's a mother's love. So, of course, she was being that way. It's crazy, honestly, but yeah, they definitely got the point across about her being mad. She was definitely annoying to me still. Yeah, even with her making it at the end, her making the deal with her father is just like you really desperate, and I can understand why, but damn. Um, I'm gonna spin back around to her in later in the video, but let's go to Victor, right? So, who used to be damn, what was the name again, bro? Shit. Name of the anyway. Yeah, I know Victor, bro. So Victor, um, right next to Allison over here, was not a bad character in the show. I enjoyed Victor's acting. Uh, in my opinion, Victor has always been bland. Even in the last other two seasons, just really bland. Really, not really any personality. Um, other than ending the world twice, being really powerful. Definitely a good character for the family because Victor, as you guys remember in episode one of season three, blew everyone away with their power. So Victor was actually a good for the characters in the show. But the personality wise, always bland, always seemed bland to me. Even when you remember that scene where from the Sparrow Academy, Ben, he's like, "Were you in the room waiting for somebody to apologize to you?" Do you guys remember that scene? Like Victor is really bland, really no personality, really childish still. But for this season, definitely played their part. I don't really got too much to say about that. Clout. Well, let's go to number one. So, in my opinion, number one, right next to Victor, was uh was good for the season. He got a lot of development. He got married, as you guys know. I found his character to be interesting as well. In this season, of course, just like other seasons. For some reason, number one is always interesting. I'm guessing because he's number one. So of course he has to have all the attributes: interesting, strong, confident. Of course he was kind of not confident in other seasons, but in this season, I think they really helped his character develop more. Um, finally, I mean, he got married coming towards the end, which is wild considering the world was ending. But I always found number one to be interesting. Never boring ever, never bland, none of that. Just very important to the story, of course, because He's number one. Klaus, on the other hand, he's always interesting in every season. This season, it was more less on him and more on all the characters because they're dealing with this. We're dealing with the Sparrow Academy too. Uh, he, of course, in my opinion, if number one wasn't there, he already is kind of the leader. What do you guys think? Klaus really is like the leader of the whole. Well, not Klaus, my bad. Number five. Number five is really like the leader of the group. In my opinion, he's one of my. He's I think he might be my favorite out of the whole Umbrella Academy because he's just the leader. He can teleport, cool as hell. He definitely played a good part in the story for this season. Maybe he should have followed his future self when his future self said, "Hey, don't save the universe." Maybe he should have did nothing. Maybe he should have just let everything go to smoke. But nobody wants to die. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Nobody wants to die. So I understand why he didn't. Why at the end he actually did something. But he shouldn't have followed his gut. Like, yo, something's wrong, and I need to stop it. Finding out the father was an alien was a surprise, like for everyone. I'm sure I'm sure in season four, it's going to be them without their powers for a little bit, and then they're going to eventually get back their powers. But he's in a kid body. He's like 100 years old in a kid body. So I'm waiting to see how that turns out in the world. But yeah, like he definitely played his part in this season. Damn, what else I got to say? That part about when he went to Victor and he told Victor, "Yo, if you lie to us again, I'm gonna kill you myself." I thought that was kind of hard. I thought it was cool because he's setting a boundary for somebody to put Victor in their place because Victor's always basically destroying everything. Let's move on to Diego. Diego was good in this season too. He's a good dad, of course. Uh, I enjoyed him as well in the season. Wasn't bad for the season. I enjoyed him as well. I don't think I have any complaints about him at all, honestly. I wish they would stop. I wish they would improve on his power because last season we saw how he had, you know, he could move objects with his mind. He stopped the bullets in last season. I don't know if you guys remember the time travel people were shooting at them, and he stopped the bullets with his powers. So I wish they would expand more than just him throwing knives. He's more than throwing knives. He can control objects with his mind. Klaus really had I would say the most development in this season. Like he finally got more control over his powers. He's way stronger now than ever before. He trained with his dad, of course you guys saw, so he can't die now. That's that's the ultimate ending of his powers is he can never die. Of course he lost him at the end, you all saw, but I'm saying like I'm glad he got this support from his dad, and I'm glad he saw his true potential. Uh, Seeing his dad turn his back on him though at the end was like, ugh, disgusting. But yeah, Klaus really, of course, is always interesting, and without him, this season, honestly, without certain characters like Klaus, it wouldn't be as interesting. So yeah, I really did like Klaus. Let's go to the Sparrows though. Let's go to the Sparrow Academy. Like I really enjoyed the show, season three. I really enjoyed it. Uh, my bad. So let's start with Ben. Ben was really like he got they point across for him too, which is like he's no fun to be around. He's really snobby, not really confident in himself, always trying to prove himself. Even when he tried to be number one, he could never be number one. He was really just like not likable, really. Not even at the end, really. He's just really not likable. no interest in him really. No, I don't really want to find out more about him. His power is really weird to me too, like the octopus, like the octopus. What do you even call those things? But anyway, yeah, he's just really snobby, really mean, not really fun to be around. Trying to prove himself. Um, Not really a leader either. Uh, yeah, I don't really got much to say about Ben other than that. I wasn't really moved by his appearance, by his character. We've only ever seen him in the other seasons with Klaus, and he was way more cooler then than now. But I understand what they were going for. The girl with the that can like shoot black ink out her mouth. She was all right. We only saw her for a limited of time, but her power is kind of cool. She can spit black ink on you or whatever, and make you have all these make all these illusions in your mind or something. The guy next to her, the fat guy, that when you hit him, you basically hit yourself because when you hit him in the face, you feel the same punch. So it's a cause and effect. It's like what goes around comes around. So you hit him, and then you get hurt because of it. His power was all right, I guess. I don't really see the reason to make him ugly. Maybe to make a distinction between characters, but I didn't really enjoy his character at all, and he barely had any lines, so that's maybe why. But his character is not really appealing either to the eye. Number one, uh, he was all right. I didn't find him impressive nor interesting. I thought he was cool in the beginning, I guess, but it's nothing really to say about him. He went by quick, and we didn't hear about him. We did hear about him because number two was trying to be like him, but Ben, but his character wasn't really unimpressive to me. Same super strength, nothing really to go off. Chick next to him with the crows. Uh, she was cool. Her power is all right. I can see why it's useful. She can see through the crows, fight well, make multiple of them. He was cool. Uh, Number one's wife, on the other hand, this chick, I think she's number five in the Sparrow Academy. She can fly. She can move objects with her mind, telekinesis. She was cool. I liked her character. Kind, sweet, appealing to the eye. No complaints really about her. Only thing I wish though is that she was more vocal. Like say how she really felt to her family about how everything was going. This season, I don't know. This season really had me sad for a lot of the characters because a lot of people weren't speaking up. Like her, she wasn't really speaking up as much as she could have. Uh, so yeah, that's how I feel about her. Now, if I'm talking about the entire season as a whole, especially the ending, um, it it wasn't a bad it wasn't a bad season. It was a good season. I enjoyed it. I liked the development from season one to two to three. It all makes sense. It wasn't a bad season. The characters weren't bad overall for the Sparrow or the Umbrella Academy. Uh, Finding out the dad is a freaking alien or whatever was a huge surprise. Them losing their powers at the end caught me off guard because it's like, damn. Now that we gotta, in next season, we're gonna see them go through a couple episodes. Uh, of course, um, without powers, and eventually they're gonna write their powers and blah blah blah. Like you can already tell what's gonna happen. But it wasn't a bad season. The ending threw me off a little bit. It was like, damn, nobody sees that there's a pattern of people dying, and their father might be onto something. He might be evil. Also, here's the thing that I've seen nobody talk about because I watched other reviews of the season. Nobody talks about how why did they have the father on pills? Did they know something secretly, or was it just to keep him tame and calm and not bossy? Why did they have him on pills? Did they know he was too smart or something? Why did they have him on pills? I think that has something to do with it, and I don't think we're gonna find out in season four. But I'm just focused on that because he went back to his old ways when he was off pills. So did they know something? You see what I'm trying to say? Like this whole time, the sparrows they got older, they grew, and he wasn't like that. But once Klaus got him off the pills, he got back into his ways, his wife, stuff like that. Like, did they even know he was an alien? You know, that's one of the things I wanted. Did the Sparrow Academy know he was an alien all this time? I don't know. They did have a different upbringing because, as you can see, the mom that's a maid, they weren't thinking of her as a mom. They were thinking of her as a maid. So I do wonder why did they have him on pills? If you know, tell me in the comments. But I want to know why. But yeah, this season wasn't bad at all. It's going to be interesting seeing everybody without their powers. Allison is probably the only one with powers because she wasn't stepping on the tile or whatever they had to step on at the end, when it lit up. She wasn't on that. So she was absolutely fine. So I think she still has her powers, but everybody else doesn't. So it's going to be fun to see how they operate in the world without it for a little bit. And then eventually they'll get him back, of course. Kind of feel bad for number one because he has to go look for his wife. What if she doesn't even remember him? That's another thing. What if Allison goes for their daughter and the daughter doesn't exist, or the daughter does exist, but with a different mom, different dad? But yeah, this season wasn't bad. I liked it. I just felt sad at the end. The ending made me feel sad. That's pretty it, but that's pretty much it. But yeah, the ending made me feel really sad. I can't wait for the next season. We gotta wait like probably a whole year for that. But yeah, everyone, remember to subscribe, like. I'll be doing more reviews in the future. But yeah, that's definitely my review of it. That's all I got.